Hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
First thing and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem.
Hakadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Knows in this gospel, bro, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. With the brothers here at the Great Millstone, Kansas City branch, coming to you another week in and week out. The prophesy the end of this wicked satanic kingdom, which is called Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, and to wake up the children of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. We're doing an indoor camp today because I realized at the last minute that we're actually under a polar vortex that was supposed to have transpired from the 17th up until the 25th, which is next Saturday. And they said that we're going to get down to bone chilling temperatures, which now I think we're currently at 22 degrees. But when I checked my forecast, it stated that it feels more like 10 degrees. So we was getting ready to go out in that shit, and then Spirit, like, I was watching something, you know how like Simpsons do like the so-called predictions, and they was going into how the inauguration is going to be kept indoors because it's going to be so cold. And the Spirit like check the temperature, so I checked the temperature, and that shit said damn near like 10 degrees outside. So I'm like, oh shit, you know, we probably have to take it indoors because standing out in them type of weather, this is unnatural. You'll probably, you know, you can get hypothermia like that, man. So, you know, we're just following the Spirit. And yes, we do go out in the wintertime for all you people out there. I thought GMS go out in the winter. We do it just unseasonably cold, right? You have wintertime, then you have fucking wickedness. And this is complete wickedness because we know that Esau Edom is using his programs and his technology to manipulate the weather, man, for nefarious, whatever reason, to set up his new world order, to bring an order out of chaos, to overly freeze the grid because they're talking about major blackouts and all types of shit that's getting ready to transpire up until now, up until the inauguration period. So, you know, we're just being circumspect. But regardless of it, man, hey, how about Shemiah Shai is making moves in the earth? Things are picking up, man. We have everything from crazy wildfires to the fact that they've shown arsonists that has allegedly been setting these fires. You had certain videos that came out and mentioned that direct energy weapons from satellites and planes, you know, they're blaming the freaking migrants of starting extra fires, and you got this guy by the name of Gavin Newsom, which pretty much done away with or pretty much ignored the water resources that the Californians wanted to have out there in case of these situations, you know. But he's talking about a Marshall Build Back Better plan, which you go into that word Marshall, it means warlike. So, you know, things are happening, man, and you know, all hell is getting ready to break loose. So, if any brother got a precept, we can let it roll with that.
Just switch the ball up.
Yep, brother, want to bring out precept? Go ahead.
This is
You got it, right?
This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. It says, "A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered." And what you basically see is people controlling billions and billions of dollars and completely out of order, mismanaged, you know, basically right in your face. You know, they ran out of water. They have fire hydrants, but no water in them.
Yeah.
You know, they did the same thing in New Orleans. They knew about the levee system. You know, they knew it wasn't going to handle certain things. You know, and you know, I believe that whole thing was sabotage, and that's what the people are starting to realize too. And why TikTok is being banned, because your government is not prudent. You know, and it's to the point where people are now questioning, well, are they actively against you? And the answer to that is yes.
Right.
It says, verse 2, "As the judge of his people is himself, so are his officers. What manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein." You know, so as much as these people want to get mad, this is the consequences of you, man. Just like the scriptures say, a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. Well, you have a wicked ruler over you because you people are wicked. You know, your men are soft. And now you're crying out. Verse 3, "An unwise king destroyed his people." You know, so you got $200 billion in fire damage. You got Hurricane Helene damage still going on. You know, Hawaii still ain't been rebuilt. You know, so these people about to get violent out here. It's gonna go from crying in the car on TikTok to you know, you got to look both ways coming out of Walmart. You know.
Yeah. They they mentioned too that this guy Biden, man, they said that this final FU to the people, he's giving you $770 care package to for water, formula, food, shelter, all that stuff. $700 can't even buy you a roll of toilet paper in California, man.
Right, right.
You know, and people are complaining like, wait a minute, you're sending billions of dollars in aid to Ukraine. You're sending
Yeah.
billions of dollars to Israel. You're helping Taiwan now. You're helping everybody out but your own people. Going back into the precept the brother just read. And you people are so wicked, you ain't even thought to even revolt against the system. But yet you wake up and you go to work every single day and you continue to pay into a system that's taking your money and funding other corporations and companies and countries while spitting in your face and you complaining about it. It's your fault, man.
That's right, man. Y'all deserve Bill Gates, man.
Yeah.
You know, y'all deserve Elon Musk and all of these, these high level demons that are basically preying on you and spitting in your face, man. Elon Musk is talking shit right to these MAGA people's face now.
Yeah.
You know,
the division. You see how they're divided now. You see how the talking points and change. Now they with all the Trump. Well, Elon Musk is talking about firing 75% of his fucking company, man, and bringing in autonomy or robots and shit and to do the job now, man. You know.
Yep.
So this is a divided society. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, like the scriptures tells us, if Satan is divided against himself, how can his kingdom stand?
That's right. That's right.
I had one to
Go
go
ahead.
with you.
Yep.
This is Isaiah 24:1. It says, "Behold, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof." Now, we know prophetically the whole earth is not going to be destroyed, but hey, the most wickedest parts of the earth are, man. They say, "Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty and maketh it waste." They showed those before and after pictures of that area in California, how it was so civilized and hustling and bustling. Now it's just empty.
Yeah.
In the Palisades, and you had to have money to live out there too, bro. Like it wasn't the average 9 to 5 Jake that can work there. You had to have some money, man. Now everybody is all in this complacent spirit, and it's so funny because it was brought to our attention that once they showed the damage of the homes, usually you can see residue of furniture being burnt. They felt like a lot of celebrities had already cleared all that stuff out of there and got the heads up months in advance to get up and move, man, and collect on the insurance money. And also they showed the pattern of how these fires, same thing back in a line, what is it out there in Hawaii?
Lahaina.
Lahaina, yeah. Yeah, they were showing how like the fire seems to travel in certain patterns and target like homes and not destroy trees or lawns or anything like that. But yet they was destroying the houses and homes, and a lot of that shit came out is because those smart meters from PG&E was setting on fire inside the house. So the houses was like spontaneous combustion from inside, man. So they said a lot of the fires could have possibly started from inside because I believe it was more than one source. Outside of the DWs and the actual natural weather and the wind blowing at a certain angle and the dryness of the wind. I believe a lot of shit was a factor, man. Okay, I believe that was all sabotage, man. Because they mentioned that one PGE employee had when the house was on fire, they said that he went out there and collected the damn meter off the damn house, before they even got a chance to investigate it, man. Because you have what they call it's something called thermal something, like thermal runaway, that the temperatures get up to like 6,000 degrees Celsius within minutes, man. Like, because the lithium in them fucking meters is the same shit that's in them Tesla batteries. And that's why they burn and you can't put it out. It got to basically go out on its own. And that's all a devil will create something so wicked to the point he can use it to weaponize against you, man.
Yeah. One of the chief women, she used to work for PG&E that was in charge of the LA fire department or that area. They basically contracted them. She used to work for them devils, man.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Well, and that's what we're saying too. So it's just like this man is wicked. Like now we're on the polar vortex. They talking about this can possibly be one of the coldest winters on record here in Babylon, which I don't know because 2 years ago when we hit that, I think it was like 2 years ago. Remember when we went? Yeah, when we went down to the spot and we watched the game and shit. And they said motherfuckers was out there actually at the game. Motherfuckers was freezing to death, and they found the dude.
Oh yeah, that was last year.
That was 2024.
Yeah, that was last year.
Oh shit, damn. Yeah, they said motherfucker froze in his front line, man. So,
Stupid, man. Niggas are
but I got a quick
stupid.
precept. This is the book of Second Edges 8, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 50. It says, "For many great miseries should be done to them that in a latter time should dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." And a lot of it is due because the people are wicked as hell, man. Like when you go to these TikTok videos and everybody is making their complaints about, oh, the rent is too high, and I can't afford this and afford that. Well, you people are entitled anyway. Like, what make you the creme de la creme of life because you a so-called American? Like, what type of right do you have above life than anybody else? Oh well, I couldn't. My son and my daughter, they couldn't join the gymnastics team. They couldn't live their life. Fuck your kids, man.
Right.
Fuck out of here. Like, who gives a fuck? Is everything that you got and that you've inherited, you stolen.
Right, God.
So your
Right.
chickens is coming home to roost. This is recompense, man. The Lord don't make mistakes. And it reads, it says, "For many great miseries should be done to them in the latter time that should dwell in the world, because they have walked with great pride. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out glory for such that be like thee." And this is why our message is specifically to the hopeful elect, man. Because hey, our job is to go and gather the hopeful elect and put them in a common mind frame through the spirit and power Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, so we can finally get delivered, because we understand that our message is falling on deaf ears to the masses, man. Okay, people know about the Hebrew Israelites. People know that we're out there week in and week out. They know what we stand for. They know our message, but yet they turn a blind eye to what we're saying. For example, these podcast jakes. Now, you red pill dudes want to come on and try to debate the Bible. Like, man, like the brother said, stay in your lane, man. Keep talking about black women and passport bros, and stay out of the scriptures, because it does not refer to you.
Right.
Right. Right. And don't ask us no questions either when all hell start breaking loose.
Hey,
Stay your ass over there. You know, well, focus on how to pick up hoes and go to the gym and see if that's gonna save your ass.
Shalom, give me up to Shabakatam.
Hello, on, bro. Y'all,
stop, bro.
I got a quick one.
Yeah, you got it.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, and verse 12. It says, the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his maker. So back to the brother Uriah's point earlier, as the ruler of the city is, man, so are these people. And we know Esau, Edom, is completely contrary to everything that Yahweh Bashim Shah set up, man. The Most High tell you to go right, this nigga is going to tell you to go left, and this is the reason why Yahweh Bashim Shah is bringing an end to that pride, man, that you people have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, y'all saw that video with the Golden Globes about the
The
day
who?
before the Golden Globe awards over there in LA. They were mocking the Most High the day before all of
Yeah.
this fire shit broke out. So
Yeah.
that's the pride the brother's speaking about. They're full of pride, man. You have fire hydrants and painted rainbow colors, man. What does that symbolize?
Yeah.
Open rebellion to the Most High, man. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, because you got what they call out there. They was like, Hollywood is pretty much done. Somebody brought out the point that now the acting is literally before these false flag events, man. Because
hmm
like you was mentioning, they was talking about, they was scoffing basically, and the Lord burnt that shit down, man.
yeah,
Like you got the church of the Babylonian church. You have all these seances and rituals and so forth that's going forth through these celebrities, man. There's a lot of wickedness in California, bro. And the Lord ain't really done with that place, because hey, they still have that the big one that they're talking about, which is connected to the San Andreas fault.
yeah,
Scripture
yeah.
goes into how Babylon should be divided into three parts. So,
hmm
you have to yet see what that is. But you see through the spirit, man, like the brother Ricard was going into, how Jake is so stubborn and rebellious, because going back to the point we made with these podcast gurus, man. For one thing, all right, how long can you debate with a Christian over the same fucking talking points? Like, what's that Edomite dude that we was talking about last night, your Rob, bro? The
Oh,
one that
Andrew
was,
Wilson.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he's playing games, man, and basically the brother was like, look, the people of the transatlantic slave trade are the children of Israel. The devil, like, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean by that. Like, it's plain as day. But see, you Jakes, you take the bait and you go on these shows and you end up frustrating yourselves because you're basically casting your pearls before swine, man.
Yeah, God.
You know,
But
there's
that,
no edification that could come out of that, bro. Bro, the Christians are lightweight. That shit is easy work.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wasted time.
Yeah.
Well, that's because those guys are running a business. You know,
Con-
it's really just funneling clicks over to their platforms. That's what they're doing. They deceive themselves thinking that they're doing the work of the Lord by debating a bunch of Christians. Now,
Yeah.
defending the gospel does require debating, but just because you're debating doesn't mean you're defending the gospel, man. You niggas are going out there and seeking to go cut some Christians, to go get some clicks, you know, and it's all fruitless. And
Yep.
eventually one of them Christians gonna cut your ass, man. Because you playing around with the word, man. You know nobody's gonna be convinced. This nigga's up here chain smoking in the goddamn live stream, man.
Yeah.
You think he gonna be convinced? He's a goddamn heathen,
Right.
you know?
Con. Well, I got a precept real quick. This is the book of Micah 3:1, and it says, "And I said, Here I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel, is it not for you to know judgment?" Okay, now judgment has various variables to it. You have somebody getting put to death, and also you have calling out or accessing situations like when you leave out your house, you make a judgment call. You're gonna access this through the spirit whether you should go to work the next day because of the inclement weather. That's called an assessment. That's a judgment call. Now, you guys that call yourselves Israelites, you know without a reasonable doubt that those Christians are not trying to hop on board and they're not in tune with what we're saying because they've been indoctrinated by the philosophies of this world, man. Okay, that's Corinthians. It tells us that the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. So, like the brother was saying, you guys are debating based for clout. Okay, you want a platform, and it's really a baseless debate. It's really fruitless, like the brother said, because none of you have the same doctrine. Okay, foundation wise, we may agree on the same thing when it comes to the commandments and certain things, but you guys don't agree on the mark of the beast, which
Right,
that's
right.
the prophecy everybody should be speaking about. Even if you
Hmm.
ain't a religious person, you should be speaking on an MOTB, man.
Right.
Okay, Richie from Boston then broke it down. He said, look, the 15-minute smart cities and all that other stuff is set up for people that got the microchip, man.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But you guys want to sit up here and vote and debate with the likings of this guy, Vocab Malone, knowing that he's a damn agent with the red pill movement. Fuck them red pill guys, man. Yeah, they
Right.
make a few good points about how women of today's age ain't really right, but that's as far as their knowledge go. They don't have an understanding of the scriptures, man. So your concern is not them dudes unless they repent. And I don't see none of them dudes repenting.
Okay.
Nah. Hell no.
And it says, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them and their flesh from their bones. It's a spiritual castration, man. It's spiritual cannibalism because guys are coming to this thing and they would say, oh, that's what being an Israelite is about. Making somebody look bad or feel stupid, cutting somebody. That's not what the fuck this is about, man.
Hmm.
Okay, the scriptures is a weapon, is a tool that we use to defend the spirit, man. Okay, just like a weapon, you don't just go out and you just start airing motherfuckers out because you got a gun on your hip. That's the defense mechanism in case somebody is reactive, man. And that's what the truth is. It's not to be spread it out there because you have it, abusing the words of the Heavenly Father because you feel like you can. It's not what this word is about, man.
Right.
And it says, who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces, as for the pot, and as for flesh within the cauldron. Then shall they cry unto Yahweh, but he should not hear them. He would even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved ill in their doing. So what comes the factor when the grid shuts down, when all hell break loose? You think you guys are gonna call on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and he's gonna open up the golden gate for you guys when your foundation is not based in faith?
Hmm.
Hell nah, man. You think Al-Azhar or Tazariak, even though they may be good debaters and they have a fair, exceptional amount of knowledge, they know the scriptures, but the spiritual undertone is like they're lacking that. So when all hell break loose and with all your shady dealings, man, not taking correction from up top, you think the Most High is really gonna come to your beck and call in that day?
Hmm.
Nah, man. This is why you guys are gonna get carnal. This is why when a looting starts and the grid goes down, because they talking about, depending on how cold this polar vortex is, they're talking about the grid may shut down. And what happens, if we always said it, I said if Esau is a true devil that the Bible speaks about, he'll cut the power during the most coldest time of the year, which is January.
Yeah.
That if he's the devil, he will do it, and that's not above his pay grade, man.
That's right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it, brother.
2 Thessalonians 3, verse 1. Finally, brethren, pray for us that the word of the Lord may have free course and be glorified, even as it is with you, and that we may be able, Slacky, verse 2, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith.
You got it, brother.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that I was just saying, you know, you spending your time on, you know, faithless creatures. These are unreasonable and wicked men. But the verse 1 is say, finally, my brethren, pray for us that the word of the Lord may have free course. You know, when the word is flowing freely, you know, it's not a spirit of frustration. It's not a spirit of aggravation. You know, we ain't got to convince nobody. You know, brothers build precepts on top of other precepts, and you know the listeners get edified. But when you talking to a faithless creature, you have to explain things that really shouldn't be explained, man. You know, you have to fucking explain faith to some goofy out there. You got to explain Deuteronomy 28 to some goofy out there. They don't have faith. They don't believe it from the get go. You know.
Yeah, like what that Edom might say. He gonna say, when the brother asked him, he was like, name me one nation that have ever went into slavery on cargo slave ships. And he says, not on a trafficking level, because you do, even though transatlantic slave trade was pretty much trafficking on a maritime level. But he mentioned, like, when have that ever happened to any other nation on the planet Earth? And he was throwing little shady jabs out there talking about, well, this event, that event, that event. No, man. We're talking about when a whole nation of people were taken from one side of the world, made to serve involuntary slavery against their will. When has that ever happened to anybody outside of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? And yeah, give or take the Irish. Okay, you know, you had the Irish, you had the Italians, you even had Moabite or Chinese, but guess what? Those were Israelites, man. Like a lot of those so-called Moabites that they sent over here to build them railroads and shit. A lot of those were Israelites, man.
Yep.
God, a quick precept as well.
Yeah, you got it, Aki.
This is Psalms 147, verse 18. He sendeth out his word and melteth them. He causeth his wind to blow and the waters to flow. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. You know, so it says that it didn't say he gave the word to everybody. You know, so you should be focusing on teaching, you know, Israel. I mean, yeah, you tell the enemy their downfall. That's one thing, but you don't be trying to convince them of the damn thing, man. This word is not shown unto them. It's not for them to get to understand. It says specifically, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes, his judgment unto Israel. So that's it. His word is for Israel, point blank, period. And that's what niggas that get set up to try to get paid for it, think they're going to try to convince somebody, and you find yourself getting overly frustrated. It's just like trying to convince a woman to understand a specific topic. You know, eventually she ain't gonna get it, man. She'll just argue with you to death, and you just gotta learn how to just let the shit go.
Yeah, that's why scripture say, "Cast not thy pearls to the swine." You know, I got a quick precept. This is Romans 1:28. It says, "And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient." It says, "Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, and whispers." But the point is that debate, you know, which, like the brother Yerah pointed out, you know, there's a level of debating, you know, we do within the scriptures, but these people are doing it for vainglory, man. You know, they're not debating, you know, to really edify and build up the sheep. These people are debating to get an image, you know, to try to use the Israelites, you know, to try to boost themselves up, man. They're not doing it to actually edify the sheep, you know.
Well, the scriptures goes into vainglory, you know, guys, for vainglory, because it's not about seeking your own preeminence in this thing. This is John 8, and I'm gonna start at verses 37. It says, I know that ye are Abraham's seed, but ye seek to kill me because my word has no place in you, man. And the point of the message is that the reason, like the brother went into faith, you can't teach a person how to have faith. Faith is a gift that's given from the Most High on down, which each man has his own measure of faith. So I could sit up here and read every precept in the Bible to you and connect the dots and go through historical artifacts, but if it's not in you, then you're just not gonna believe it, you know. And especially with an Edomite, like Apostle Charles said, why in the hell was he on there in the first place, man? Okay, you know, and that's what kind of made it sketchy for me. And this is why a lot of times I don't give my energy to watching those podcasts or, you know, those debates when they come on there. Though it be good, some good points made, and you know they go into the milk that you can rebrush back up on that history because Tazariak he does know a great deal of history. He's not light in the scriptures to say the least, but the maturity levels, man. Like you can know precepts upon precept, you can know Hebrew, but you have to mature spiritually through this thing, man. Like Alazar, yeah, he may know history, he may know certain breakdowns, but in the spirit, he's a complete baby, man. Okay, they missed the whole point. You can read a book 24/7 and remember chapter by chapter, but if you're not getting the spiritual undertone of what the book is talking about, then all that knowledge is null and void, man. And that's pretty much why I don't waste my time even going back and forth in that realm, bro. Like, I mean, how many times we're gonna continue to debunk these Christians? We didn't hit every point to the point. Hey, they come up to our camp, they already know what it is. Look, we don't want nothing to do with you. We don't want to talk to you. We bring out a couple of precepts. If you ain't seeing it, then you can step, man. Okay, because it's like it's to the point. Like I'm just ready to start seeing you niggas get fucked up. Right? The talking shit is old. We're ready to see judgment. That's where we're at, man. All right.
What Apostle Hart say? You need us. We don't need you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Right.
Quick precept. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 10, and I'm gonna start at verses 2. It says, "But I beseech you that I may not be bold when I'm present with that confidence wherewith I think to be bold against some, which think of us as we walked according to the flesh," man. So having a certain type of confidence, man, you know, even though coming off a certain way can appear to be bold or sometimes arrogant, but it's a confidence within your Hawashai you have to have within yourself, man. And this is why we say we don't want to deal with you other people. We don't even want to deal with you other Israelites half the time. Like you Yah Israelites, you Old Testament guys talking about, yeah, we got to save ourselves, and you know, there ain't no Messiah coming to crack the clouds, and we got to believe in the 72 degrees of heaven and the sun when it turns left. Like, fuck all that shit, bro. All right, it's simple. The Lord said that my burden is light, bro. It's simple. Just teach the scriptures. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. So yeah, you see a flesh and blood human being. We have to eat, we have to drink, you know, we got to do number two, we got to go to sleep, take care of our children, our homes. That's vanity, you know, it's in the flesh, but it's necessary. But it says we don't war after the flesh, man, because some guys, they do these things to keep their image relevant, just like the brother said. You know, a debate. Like, how many times you gonna fucking debate James White the Edomite or Vocab Malone? It's like, leave us the fuck alone, man. All right? Leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And it says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, man. So that's what it's really about. This word is a weapon. It's a tool we use to defend the gospel, but not to go freely out there and just try to, all right, well, I'm gonna challenge you to a duel because I know the scriptures. Like, nah, bro. Yahweh Shah didn't say do that shit. Yahweh Shah said avoid niggas in that spirit.
Yeah. Well, that's why the Lord's gonna come back and do the sifting. You know, there's a lot of separating that's got to be going on because a lot of these individuals are built up to where they know a lot of the scriptures, but they have ulterior motives. You know, and on the surface level, it sounds like they're doing a good thing, but what they're really doing is filling their own belly. You had prophets like this back in the day. Real quick, Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 25. There is a conspiracy of her prophets in the midst thereof, like a roaring lion ravening the prey. They have devoured souls. They have taken the treasure and precious things. They have made her many widows in the midst thereof. All right. And you guys are getting all kind of money from people, all kind of donations from people, you know, and constantly leaning on people for money and money and money. Why? Because you're running a business. And it says, her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and the profane. And this is the spirit that you guys are in, man. This is why you don't see a problem wearing a hat on the line. This is why you got niggas wearing real nigga t-shirts with the truth.
Real nigga
Because,
university.
yeah, because
Nigga
look,
out there with a baby, nigga out there with a baby blue do-rag with some fringes on, bro, talking about shalom. Like, get your ass out of
right.
here.
Right, because they're mingling things. When you deal with the Levite order, man, they were very sanitary individuals. They were separate. They were about cleanliness. You had things divided and in order, man. All right. Nobody said it was going off to own a business. Nobody said it's going off to have a debate from time to time. But you have completely mingled everything together, and there's no difference between the holy and the profane. And so you don't see what the problem of having the Passover a certain way, and it comes out in your fruit, man. It comes out the kind of niggas that you attract, the kind of individuals in your camp. Because you're in the same spirit that these prophets were in back in the day, man. No respect, absolutely no respect at all, man. You technically hold the office, but the spirit is not in you to do this. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know what, brother, man, real quick to your point, and then, brothers, y'all got precept, y'all bring them out, and I got one after y'all. But, like, I was just meditating on it. Israel has become commercialized, man.
Yes,
Mhm.
majorly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We
what
was
it
talking
is.
about that last night, bro. This is mainstream. I mean, it's going mainstream for the right reasons, but the wrong image. Because I mean, the prophets, man, we were just like, how like you had a mixtape, and sometimes the best shit is the underground things that's not mainstream. When it gets mainstream, it gets too convoluted,
Right.
and then it's
Right.
an artificial message behind it. So now you got Israel merging into these podcast gurus. Everybody got the mic, you know what I'm saying, with the headphones on, with the hats on and shit, with the beards, and it's just like it's like it's like a fucking talk show, man. Okay, you
Mhm.
totally turned the Lord's platform into a den of robbers, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the spirit. That's the spirit you said that, bro. Because I on TikTok, I don't know this dude's name, but it's like these dudes, like you said, it's commercialized now. These niggas run like skits. They like I forget how they title the videos, but it's like what the Israelites would do or how the Israelites be, and they like pretty much mock the prophets, being
Yeah, I
out there
saw that.
teaching. Yeah, you got this dude. It's this little group of, I don't even know who the hell they are, but they like pretty much mock the whole Israelite thing. They like try to play. It's just, yeah, man. To
Calling
your
on the
point,
right
bro.
name too. Use the right name to mock, man. You know, in those videos, so they know the name of the Lord.
Yeah,
But they were a bunch of niggas, man, and nothing else was on their channel but those skits.
yeah.
You know, so these guys have perverted everything, man. And the Lord don't have use for people like you. He don't give a damn if you know the scriptures.
Well, that's why the Most High is finna ban this TikTok shit, bro. I heard they extended it, then I heard it's gonna go dark tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, that thing is so up in the air, bro. They've tried that shit several times with these platforms, but it's gonna come a time that all these platforms are gonna shut down, man, and you people are gonna really lose it, okay? Because you
Mhm.
people literally have your identity is tied to your social media, which is complete artificial. Why not have robots walking around here and policing you? Because your identity is artificial any goddamn way. Half you people don't even know who the fuck you are when you wake up in the morning. But when you put your head in front of the computer and do these crazy dances of pumping out these shit, like what the fuck do you people be thinking, man? Out of all the shit is in the world, you want to get up in the morning and make a fucking TikTok. Don't you know that damn near a third of fucking Los Angeles is burnt down?
Right.
Don't you know that they setting up? Don't you know that this guy Donald Trump basically is trying to get approval to set up fucking concentration camps along the border of Mexico, and also to add more concentration camps to these cities? Do you understand that, man? Why you people are fucking playing games with the Most High, debating and shit, fucking dancing all over the fucking place? Here we getting hit with negative 20 degrees outside, and you people, only thing you can think about is fucking bread and circus, man.
Right.
That's why y'all people are getting ready to get jacked up out here, right?
I
Who
want.
got the precept? Bring it up.
I had a couple of them, Mike.
All right. Yeah, bring them out and start queuing up some of those videos, man. And then we just gonna follow the spirit. So I'm gonna get into this prophecy for real, man. Because you people is getting ready to get you people getting ready to be left behind for real.
God.
Go ahead, Toss.
Oh well, yeah, kind. I just wanted to add to your point about how the truth is being mainstream. A lot of these Israelites forgot, these scriptures where it says, "Be not equally yoked." 2 Corinthians 6:14, "Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness?" It shouldn't be that. And this is why the Lord put the spirit of the great millstone in the planet Earth, man, to show you who's really serious about this Israelite movement. Everybody used to get on GMS saying that we so hardcore, we just unreasonable, we just loud, rambunctious niggas. But now that you're seeing how this Israelite movement is turning, now that you're seeing that people are taking advantage and exploiting the Israelite movement and not taking it serious, the Lord kept that spirit of great millstone to keep it at the roots, man. The roots is about prophesying. The roots is really about speaking with authority, the same way Yahweh Shah spoke with authority, man. Yahweh Shah didn't have room for debate with niggas because Yahweh Shah, he spoke with authority. And whatever he said, he stood on that. And he didn't have to debate or reason with niggas. And that's the same thing that we own, man. If you ain't listening, if you don't believe, then get the fuck away from us, bro.
Facts, bro. Well, to your point, man. This is 2 Corinthians 2, and matter of fact, let me go back here. 2 Corinthians 9:1. It says, "For as touching the ministry to the saints, it is superfluous for me to write unto you. For I know the forwardness of your mind, which I boast of you into them in Macedonia and Achaia, which was ready a year ago, and your zeal have provoked very many." It says, "Yet have I sent the brethren, lest our boasting of you should be in vain in his behalf, that as I said, ye may be ready." But I wanted to look up the word superfluous, man, and get the definition of it. And it clearly goes into being extra. All right. The Greek word to that is perissos, which means exceeding some number or measure or rank or need. Now you have superfluous in a good way, in a righteous way. How like we go above and beyond, like Paul said that I declare to you to show the same diligence as I show. So pumping out the lessons and actually going into the breakdowns and teaching the word in sincerity and truth, that's good on the right hand side. But guys take it and they go above and beyond to generate a self-image, like you brothers were saying. It says something further, more, much more than all, more plainly, superior, extraordinary, surpassing, uncommon, preeminence, superiority, advantage, more eminent, more remarkable, more excellent. And these guys are doing it to obtain a corruptible crown, man. All right. Like you were saying, brother, just wanted to add that point just to put some icing on the cake. But you got it, Aki.
I got a precept as well.
You got it, Ak.
This is Titus 1, verse 10. It says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake." So you got unruly people, like they don't want to stick to the rules of the scriptures or the rules of how to be a prophet and how this thing is supposed to be done in all decency and order, man. How to have humility, like the brother said, extra. They go all extra and extravagant with their garments. They'll sit there and probably spend 3 to 4 hours fucking making a garment, but you can't spend 3 or 4 hours understanding the breakdowns of the mark of the beast. Make it make sense, man. And you planning all this stuff for these marches in the streets. You going downtown in these cities. How much money and effort are you putting in that? But you're not really putting truly into the Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Because this thing is more than just knowing who's an Israelite or not. It's more than just waking up the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You got to understand and be warning the people what's to come, and stop fucking taking advantage of men, man. Looking to make this house a house of den of thieves.
Wait, hey, brother, what's so wild about it? The brother mentioned earlier going into how like like Passover and stuff like that. Now, crazy part about it is we got a blood moon during the Passover. How many of you guys are gonna play and joke around with that? Why? Because the Passover takes place second week of Eden. It's always the second week of the month. It's always a full moon on that because that represents the second week of the month. So when we have the Passover and we're doing the ceremony and giving up the praises to the Most High and depending on what time the solar eclipse or the lunar eclipse comes in, what are you guys gonna be doing? Are you dudes gonna be celebrating the Passover in a more tranquil and sincere manner, or are you guys gonna be on that this my type shit? Like, what are you gonna do? Because we've seen the Passovers that these guys have thrown, selling tickets, selling plates, renting out fucking halls, renting out community centers, and all this other stuff to celebrate a night that you're supposed to be doing it in haste, man. Where in the scriptures that say that we're supposed to celebrate the Lord's holy day as the Passover in a spirit of mirth? Kids all over the fucking place, women all over the place, salivating and lusting, men acting like they got the victory already, you know, but yet the death angel can literally be activated that night and go through and start smiting, man.
Yeah.
We got a 7 planetary alignment coming up. Actually, I think next week is going to be 6 planets that's going to be in an alignment within a consecutive line, and then next month, I believe, like in February, like towards the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be a 7 planetary alignment coming in concurrent, man, followed by 3 blood moons this year. And you dudes are still playing games with the Heavenly Father?
I remember you put in the group chat, it's going to be a lunar eclipse during the Passover.
Exactly, bro.
Nigga. And y'all can't say that we don't do the Passover on the right way, because it always sounds like that around that time. We doing the Passover the right time.
God.
You know, and real quick point, and y'all got it, bro. And you know, this ain't an order or anything like that. And it ain't no order, none of that. But honestly speaking, bro, like sincerely, brothers would really want to go on a hard fast that week. That'd be fast all the time as much as you can, of course. But that week, bro, I will recommend that each brother at least do a day fast, bro. Before the to get you to purge yourself, man, because you want to be found blameless before the Lord, bro. The Lord's getting ready to come back, man.
Yep.
Y'all got it. Not, man. Then
pull
somebody.
Up the videos?
Huh?
I see you want to pull up the videos.
Yeah. If any brother can pull it up, man, just go ahead and pull it up, and we'll interject in between. But yeah, go ahead and pull it up, and somebody can find a video on the blood moons as well. Jason A is a good channel if somebody wants to put that in. If somebody have an extra device they can use.
I got that Simpsons video.
Okay, con. That's the 14-minute one. Yep, perfect.
Go ahead, play.
Yeah, you can play it, brother.
Simpsons actually predicted everything that's going to be happening in 2025. And Simpsons has now predicted that in January, there's going to be a massive cold and the entire world is going to go on a massive blackout. Just take a look at this video right here.
Coldest day in January. It felt like the town was trapped in a deep freezer. The air was so cold that every breath turned to frost. Cars wouldn't start and pipes froze solid. Schools and businesses shut down as snow piled up higher than the doors. The power plant couldn't handle the freezing temperatures, causing a blackout that left Springfield in total darkness. Edmonds, the beer froze right in the bottles.
Now, pause it right there, bro. Now, this not to say that this and fair use. Okay, we're not getting any money off that, but understanding that these people that create these TV shows are lower level luminaries. Okay, you got to understand that the elites of Hollywood work in tandem with the CIA to push the elites program. So this is basically the left-hand priesthood operating and showing you events that's going to transpire. But it's still Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? Simpsons don't predict shit. They just predictive programming, and they showing you the script. We in a polar vortex now. Now, I don't know what episode that was. I don't really watch the Simpsons like that no more. Don't have time for it. But some of the shit they say is like, damn, that really happened. Like the whole thing with the Donald Trump shit and this and this and that. They didn't predict it, but they already had the script. All right. But they're talking about blackouts, which they're talking about the grid. The brother, I forgot the Northern, I think Saints of New Jersey. He did a video going into like the volatility of the grid, man, on how in certain places like transformers were kind of going in and out, and lights were flickering, and he showed a video of the same ordeal in the UK, man. And it was like this transformer exploded and everything within a 2-3 block radius that went dark. So what happens when the light in the grid go down, man, and you don't have access to the fucking computer no more? Your refrigerator is gone out. You can't turn on the TV. You can't play your fucking Nintendo Switch. Your phone eventually dies out. What's gonna happen when that shit is off for a week or more? What are you people gonna do?
Yeah. All them simps in you women's phones, they can't get to you if your phone off.
Right, right. Yeah, because like the brother said, like the elites are basically talking to you and telling you things before that happens. You know, even the left hand priesthood. You know, we got readers on the line. Well, that's what these television shows are, man. They just reading out the left hand so quote unquote prophecy that they are trying to enact in the earth. That's a tool, man. The media is a tool, man. That's a lot of the covering cast that Esau has over the nations. It goes through over the airwaves, over television, over the internet, you know, to ensnare the minds of people, man. So when you see him blatantly putting things out there like that, man, you have to look at it with a spiritual eye. You can't just ignore these things, you know.
Yep. Con. Finish playing it, brother.
A blackout that left Springfield in total darkness. And most part, the beer froze right in the bones, causing the glass to explode everywhere.
Can y'all hear that?
He just started selling beer boxes instead. Meanwhile, the Simpson family huddled together in their living room, wrapped in every blanket they could find. Mark couldn't even make snow globes because the snow was too cold to still. The funniest side was
The best part is that this whole thing that's currently being shown in Simpsons, it's currently being announced in the news that for the very first time all over the world, the temperatures are absolutely nuts.
Chief Wiggum's police car, which turned into an ice cube with flashing lights. Neighbors tried to turn the icy streets into a playground, sliding around on the frozen sidewalks. Even comic book guy had to close his store when his comic books became so brittle that they shattered like glass. Despite the extreme cold,
I mean, like, books are gonna like shatter like glasses. That's crazy.
the town pulled together,
You
sharing
can pause it,
drinks.
Todd. Now, of course, they got to add their little satire and funny, you know, humor bullshit to it. But regardless of it, man, we're living in some serious times. This is the first time that the inauguration has been indoors due to some, you know, within 40 years, man.
Yeah.
All right. Due to multiple assassination attempts in the polar fucking vortex. Like, how the hell does Texas see below freezing temperatures, bro?
Yep.
How the hell does Florida get hit with a tornado? Ain't no got Florida's off the coast, man. How does a tornado hit Florida? I see about Indiana or Illinois or Missouri, but you know, because we're in Tornado Valley, but motherfucking Florida,
Yeah.
like hell,
Also, it is not wildfire season in California either.
it's not.
You know, so you got single degree temperatures out here, and it's it's an inferno on the West Coast at the same time, man.
Yeah.
You know,
It's not natural. We didn't mention that yesterday in Kansas City was fucking 50 degrees, man. We
yeah, bro.
experienced a 30-degree temperature shift in 12 hours.
Man,
We went from 50, now today is 24 and it feels like 7 degrees, man.
That's wild, bro. Because like shit, bro, yesterday at work, people was literally outside with no coats on, man.
Chilling.
Like that with hoodies and shit on. Shit, when we kicked it last night, bro, it was cold. When I left out, I'm thinking it was still pretty warm. It was cold as hell. I'm like, shit, I should have wore a bigger jacket. It was cold as fuck. The wind picked up. You know, it's crazy. But I got a quick precept real quick. This is the book of Job 37. Matter of fact, I want to start at verses. Let's start at verses 5. It says, "The Most High thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doth he which we cannot comprehend." Because the Lord is at work, man. And he's using physical means to play out these judgments, but it's the supernatural that's controlling it, man. Because even within the wildfires, they saw chariots sifting in and between those infernos, man. And we know that the Lord uses his counsels to do all things, right? But it says here, "For he said to the snow, be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. He sealed up the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. Then the beasts go into dens and remain in their places. But out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and out of the cold the north, man." And if you brothers went to any like news forecast, matter of fact, I could pull up like a news thing on YouTube real quick and just kind of show you how all this shit is coming from the Canadian Peninsula to from Alaska, which is all manufactured, by the way. Okay, it's all being used through manipulations of technology, man. Like there's a movie that's coming out, which is a sequel to the 2017 movie Geostorm. They basically stated that they've created artificial weapon intelligence to combat natural disasters but somebody weaponized them. First mistake, bro, is when you trying to play the Most High. Okay, you gotta let nature take its course. And if you wasn't so fucking wicked, we wouldn't have fucked up weather, man. Like this ain't even a real winter time, bro. This is an artificial winter because Esau done fucked everything up, man.
Yeah, it's pretty mild last year. It wasn't
Yeah,
even like this last year. I mean, we had our days, but this is starting to go on weeks on end because 2 weeks ago we had a whole fucking blizzard. And
yeah,
there's still blocks of ice that are in our streets, man.
bro. Y'all notice it's
Mhm.
always January, like December last month. That shit felt like October, bro. Like you couldn't tell what month it was. I'm like, this ain't no December. It was 50 degrees last month, and all of a sudden the new year come, and all of a sudden a plummet in temperatures come. Now all of a sudden you got a fucking blizzard, 300 car pile up. You know, trucks sliding off the road, motherfuckers found frozen on the side of the E-way. You're doing this the left hand, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we saw them spraying heavy around the time of Christmas, man, or that week
Yeah,
before, and that's when all
Yeah.
that shit dropped.
it was
Yeah,
spraying yesterday.
heavy. Yep. And it says, and out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and cold out of the north by the breath of Yahweh frost is given, and the breath of the waters is straightened, and also by watering he worded the thick. He says, also by watering he wearieth the thick cloud, and he scattereth his bright cloud, and it is turned round about by his counsels, which shows you
Mm-hmm.
that angels are involved in these things, man. The angels are playing on the mindsets of these elites to have them to come up with certain inventions to push out these autonomous practices on the planet Earth, man. But people would say, well, I thought the Most High deals naturally. Well, he does deal supernaturally. But you have to understand that if things were happening in a more supernatural sense, people will be humbled. But we have to understand that it's the Lord's operation to exalt the pride of these people so he could be justified on fucking their ass up, man. So he's going to use them to do certain things on the left-hand side to keep that pride in them. Because if Esau in his mindset that he's controlling the weather and causing displacements among 250 million people by freezing them out, he's gonna get more proud because he's like, I'm doing this shit. This ain't the Most High. I created this, and that's when the Lord gonna come in and be like, all right, nigga, I'm gonna show you what I'm finna do now. It's just like in Egypt when Moses and Pharaoh's servant, what is it? What was his name? Jenny, I think it starts with a J. The one of Pharaoh's magi's when they came and showed spiritual power on the left hand side.
Jehu, I think.
Nah. I think it's Jenny. Matter of fact, I'll look it up real quick. But it's unimportant. But the point is that what happened was that the Most High allowed Pharaoh to use his magicians to show spiritual power on the left hand side. Then when Moses came, that's when all the natural shit started happening from the heavens, man. And it totally out mitigate what they were doing. So all this shit that Esau was doing is low level compared to what the Most High has been ready to rise up and do.
Yeah.
Like brothers, hey, the Lord ain't really, he ain't really got big active yet, bro. Y'all think this is
No,
bad? The Lord ain't really stepped in yet and did really too much. He's
right.
just letting it go by, like, okay, I'll give you the power to do that. But the Most High, he ain't really even start to touch these people yet.
Right. Yeah, that New Madrid, that earthquake on that fault line is shit way overdue. They saying that
Yeah.
motherfucker supposed to been erupted really, you know. So it's a lot of natural disasters. Matter of fact, I have a precept. This is Isaiah 29:6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and a flame of devouring fire." You know, and we seeing all those things, man. Like, I don't know if you brothers remember, I think it was a few years back, you know, you had that massive earthquake in Turkey, you know, and it killed shit upwards of 50,000 people, you know. And that's just a sign of, that's just one of the signs of the you know, when the Most High calls these natural disasters that happen, man, people really start dying. You know, he really start taking people out.
Yeah. The reason the Most High hasn't unloaded like he has in America, because when he starts to unload on America, he's not gonna stop until this place gets fucking nuked, man.
Yeah.
All right, because all these things are gonna happen at once, and it's not just gonna be a okay, bad things happen and we got time to recover. No, man, it's gonna be mischief upon mischief. It's gonna be bad news upon bad news until World War III, and then ultimately missiles being shot. Imagine you're in fucking World War III, you got a civil war going on, and then the fucking New Madrid earthquake just happened, or the fucking San Andreas fault just happened. That's what it's gonna be on, man.
Yeah, with no power already.
Yeah, no, come on,
Yeah,
stop.
real quick precept to back y'all brothers up. This is Revelation 16:12. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. So this is to go back into the point that the Lord does have angels set up to do different things in the earth that look quote unquote natural. All right. There's an angel on post right now to make sure that very prophecy comes to pass, man. There are angels that are over the elements, you know, that do particular things, man. When
Yeah,
you read about King Solomon and his voyage that he sent over here to the Americas, it says he held back the wind. You know why? Because there are hurricanes. That's a hurricane alley coming off the side of West Africa, going over to the Americas. The Lord had the King Solomon shipments preserved during that time. You know, how did he do that, man? Through the angels, you know, through the
can you
weather
get
events.
Revelation 7:1-3
Con.
just to back that point up?
Con, it's a Revelation chapter. Shalaki.
No, you got it, bro. I had a point to your point, but you go ahead and read that first, bro, and I'll back you up with this one.
Oh yeah. Con, Revelation 7:3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads.
Well, read started verse 1. All right,
Oh, Shalaki, brother.
you good?
Revelation 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. So that is a display of complete total power that the Lord gave to the angels, man, you know, to do his will on the earth, you know.
Okay. But that, to the point, finishing this, Job 37, and I'm gonna start at verses 12. It says, and it's turned round about by his counsels, that they may do whatsoever he commanded them upon the face of the world and the earth. He calls it to come, whether for correction or for his land or for mercy.
Mm.
So,
And if you've ever seen a big ass tornado in real life, you hear that, that'll humble your ass, man.
yeah.
If that don't humble you, man, you just a proud demon, man. The Lord just gotta give you a factory reset, man. There are particular things that should put the fear of the Lord in you, man. You know?
Yeah, that's wild. Like, you got what they call tornado or storm chasers, bro. You gotta have a hell of a proud demon on you to chase a storm, bro.
Yeah. Some certain thunders, man, that they're so loud, you like, God damn. Like,
Right.
the Lord could rupture your eardrum if he wanted to, man. He can make it even louder than that.
Right.
You know?
But like you say, you have angels out there that are ready on call, man.
Mhm.
You say hurt not the earth or the sea until the servants be filled, man. So guess what, man? Once the Lord is satisfied with the number of people that are sealed with this truth, all hell about to break loose, man.
Mhm.
Because the angels, they only purpose is to fulfill the will of the Lord and what the Lord wants them to do. So those angels that let's call them death angels. The death angels are fucking licking their chops to do their job, man.
Yeah.
So now you see in the sky, those are the observatory angels. Those are the scout angels. They just looking at shit. But when them death angels come back to, oh, bro, you're done. You're done.
That's right. You know the earth want to get rid of this nigga too. You know, the earth, the scripture say the earth gonna rejoice, man. You know, you gotta have the angels basically to, you know, or to hold it back. You know, so
Hey, how many? Yeah, you got a precept, brother.
Come.
Okay, Taz, how many minutes left in that video on that sentence?
Looking at it, we had. You probably just went like the first minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, just hold off on that one right now because I got two videos from Jason A I want to play, but because they're talking about the mysterious drones are popping back up. which is wild. But y'all, what's up? You got it, brother. Go ahead and make your precept, man.
This is a book of Psalms 83, verse 14. It says, "As the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm." Okay, so the Lord sends these things to really put the fear in people, man. You know, so it's definitely a weapon as punishment, man.
Yeah.
Another quick one. Going into us sending up them prayers really brings apart this judgment too. Well, the prophets have the ability to bring apart all these plagues, man. This is the book of Revelation 11, verse 4. It says, "These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before Yahweh of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over the waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with plagues as often as they will." So Yahweh Shem Shai is going to grant that spiritual power to brothers you're looking at right now, man, on these highways and hedges. When we send up them curses, man, upon this place, on New Year's Eve of destruction, what happened? Man. All that death. You had that dude that plowed all them people. What he killed? How many? Like 10 people. 30 got injured. Yeah. You had a shooting at a nightclub. 12 people got offed. And then what happened? All these fucking fires hit L.A. And a fucking winter storm came and hit the fucking whole East Coast, man.
Right.
Shit, they're talking about as well, man. They're talking about more of those type of attacks. Like you had a CIA whistleblower that went on this. What's this guy's name? Sean. I keep forgetting his last name. Sean something. But basically, they were stating like 2025 is going to be the year that they're starting to do more of these attacks. And then they was like, "What's taking them so long?" She said it's not the fact that it's taking a while, but she says the training to make sure everything is implemented accordingly is what takes the most time. So they was talking about another New Orleans style attack happening in one of these major cities. This is why. What's up, brother?
No, it's like I'm just checking the stream.
Oh, okay. Are we good on the stream? Are we good? Hey, anybody on the comment board, if we're good, we should have did this an hour ago, but give us a thumbs up, Baba Kushar. Hey, Nair.
Yeah,
sound, brother.
Yeah, we've been good. I'm just checking comment board and stuff.
Okay. But they mentioned that we're gonna have like another style attack throughout the United States, man. This is why we encourage you brothers out there to make sure that when you are out, limit it as least as possible. Like, you may want to bounce around. I mean, it's really best to stay put, but we understand that brothers like to go out and do things, so you got to keep a balance, but try to avoid huge gatherings if possible, man. All right, like we got this Super Bowl coming up in a matter of maybe a couple of weeks, I think, and it's looking likely that Kansas City Chiefs may end up going to the Super Bowl, and they may give it to them because we know this shit is scripted, man. They ain't winning because they just that fucking good. It's just weird. You got to understand how the elites operate. But anyway, if they make it and win, it probably wouldn't be in the best interest for us to go to crowded places like that power and light shit. Like, you ain't gonna catch me dead there. It's not gonna happen. Last year when they won, remember the so-called shooting they had at the parade? See, shit like that. And those are targets that they can just go and let off their attacks because their plan is to kill as many people as possible. So why not have a suicide bomber that strap a goddamn C4 to his chest and run through a crowd and blow up a couple of thousand people, man?
Right.
Okay, that's the times we living in, man. It all bets are off. Everything is volatile now, man. So we got to be diligent and really sound-minded in these times to not be moving within our flesh, man.
Because remember, they still want more ammunition to justify going on these so-called migrants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, he mentioned all the migrants starting fires in Cali. Ain't no fucking dude. Like, even if, let's just say, people were starting fire, ain't nobody got the power to burn down a whole goddamn fucking city like that. All right. I mean, and you think they're gonna let some homeless migrant? They ain't gonna let them within 10 feet of the Palisades. Are you crazy?
Right.
That's a gated community. Like, we have bro out here in Kansas City. If we go to Leawood or parts of Overland Park and the gated community, they'll arrest your ass, man. What
Right.
you doing over here?
Yeah.
Your license plate say Missouri, nigga, and they dusty. Get your ass from over here.
God.
It's
Yeah.
true.
All right. To your point, bro, I think really we in the time to be on high alert, in general, because that's why, surrounding this, Trump's inauguration, they got damn near 8,000 soldiers. They got drones, troops, fences, and all that shit going up because they pretty much fearing that something's gonna pop off. So they really on high alert surrounding this dude getting in office, and you pair that with the fucking the TERROR shit that's been happening. So we in them times, man, and she's about to pop off.
Can you read Revelation 12 and 12 real quick?
Yeah, Con. This is the book of Revelation 12. In verse 12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time."
Right. We already know what Trump talking about. We mentioned it before, bringing these migrants coming through. You got all these chariots in the sky. So the elites know that they running out of fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
The pressure is on. The heat is on, man. The Lord is turning up the temperature on the stove and causing this shit to boil. So now Esau is being backed into a corner as far as saying he has to do something to hold on to this kingdom, man. So he's gonna get real violent.
Mm-hmm.
Brother say you gotta be circumspect about the times we live in.
Mhm.
That's why, the elders and elder in Yachawamba in Dallas, put that time. It's not time to be a real nigga. And Elder Ariala, he did that video about being a fun Hebrew, whatever. I can't think of the exact title, but being a fun nigga. Now, now all that, bro, you gotta retire that shit, man.
Yeah.
Now is the time being low key. If you ain't got no Clark Kent game, guess what? 2025 is the time to get one, bro.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, you ain't got to be wearing fringes to your fucking company meeting.
Right.
Let me go ahead and put my TTs on, man. You niggas are fucking old. It's so funny how these guys are in that spirit, but they don't keep not one law. You got God talking about keeping a law, but he shaved his fucking head bald, bro. Like, kind of hypocrite. Hypocrite of you.
Amen, man. Precept.
Yeah, go ahead. And I'm gonna play this video after that. But go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 18, it says, or 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? So that declares the time period that you're in, the spirit that you're supposed to be in. What spirit you're gonna be in Passover, not this fun Hebrew spirit like the brother was mentioning, man. And it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anger are sent for scourges for amendment. Like Yahweh was mentioning earlier, there's a reason the Lord sends these things out there, man. But it says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. So the Lord telling you what time it is, and there's going to be a particular group of you individuals that's going to ignore it or shrug it off, and they're going to get your ass, man. And the Lord set you up for that.
Absolutely, brother.
Got it.
All right, well, I got a quick video. Well, I got two videos from Jason A. 8 minute. They both like 9 minutes. So, we'll kind of go through and interject it because they're going into this whole drone stuff again, man, which we know that's a psyop as well. But you do have the angels that is operating within the legality of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, hold on. Salakia, give me 1 second, brothers. Cam. Oops. Layout, settings, camera, back camera. Okay. Can y'all brothers see the back camera?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
good.
God.
Okay. on a damn
Mystery
makeup.
surrounding the drone sightings across the skies of the Northeast. Just after the new year, officials say the airport in West Hampton, New York, saw repeated drone sightings, including right over the runways. So they took steps to do something about it. And this comes after President-elect Trump last month vowed to release a full report on the sightings once he takes office Monday. Senator, I look forward to working with you in this committee to address the threats we may face and the usage of drones in this country and in relation to our national security interests and our homeland security interests. So thank you for bringing up the conversation today, because it is one of the areas within DHS that we have a responsibility to address in cooperation with Congress.
In New York. So, Laura, what more do we know about these so-called drone detection systems?
Hey, Nicole. Well, we are standing right outside the Francis Gorbeski Airport. We're in Suffolk County on New York's Long Island and West Hampton. And this is where officials have been reporting a very unusual amount of sightings around this airport. Our photographer, Greg, is going to push in and show you the control tower because that is where some of these calls have been dealt with. As we take a look at this airport, these incidents have occurred in highly sensitive areas, including over runways here, on taxiways, and restricted airspace. And just this month, authorities have reported multiple sightings that have raised serious questions about who might be behind these flights and what the purpose may be. And to address the issue, a highly sophisticated system known as D-Drone has been installed here. The system uses radar, cameras, and artificial intelligence to track and pinpoint drones in real time. It's kind of...
All right, now, you know the fucking stupid part about it all is that y'all got all this technology. You mean to tell me you don't know what these things are? Come on, man. Esau, you playing games. Now, we understand that they dispatch drones up there to deal with the orbs. The orbs that people are seeing are the ships, man. All right, and Esau knows this, but at the same time, even this guy Richie from Boston was breaking it down, which you got to take things that they say with a grain of salt. But even then, within the legality of their research, they was going into how Project Bluebeam, like how people was hearing these trumpets sounding in the air, sound like a freight train is running through the air and stuff like that. They're basically testing their program, this Project Bluebeam shit, because, you know, it is known within the elites coming, what is it called? The Communist Manifesto, and a lot of their various documents that they're going to try to stage some type of alien invasion. Okay, so we're going to be aware that the things that we see, according to Esau's term, is not going to be Yahweh Shai coming back to take them down. But Esau Edom is doing a massive psyop on the people. Okay, that's why the scriptures say that if it was very possible, he can deceive the very elect. But we already know what he's up to. Because when Yahweh Shai comes back, you're going to know about it, because the scripture said that the whole earth should tremble and shake and rock to and fro upon Yahweh Shai coming back. So his little Project Bluebeam bullshit that he got going on, the people going to be all out of frenzy of it, but we going to know what it is through the spirit.
Okay. You know? That's a deception.
Exactly.
The devil has perfection in deception. Let's say that, man. A lot of you fucking drones, you people out there, you NPCs, you don't question shit, man.
No.
Whatever's in front of you, whatever's on CNN, that's just automatic facts, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that's the fucking irony of it all, bro. You can't see when you talk to a bunch of demons that have CNN on the front of the forefront, you can't talk to people like that, man. That's like trying to convince a fucking libtard that a men don't have babies, man. But in their mindset, because CNN said it, that's what it is. This is why a lot of you people got to be destroyed, okay? Because there's no other way with you but destruction. You can't reason with anybody, because you notice, like, when you go to like certain, like if you're dealing with bureaucracies, for example, they're all about the mainstream, the liberal shit. What they say is what happens, and they shun anything else that has a different viewpoint outside of the deception they've been taught. So when you bring in outside sources and alternative news like Twitter and TikTok or YouTube, they automatically write you off as a conspiracy theorist, all because, you know, Elon Musk or Joe Biden or Kamala or this makeup wearing demon didn't say it. But then when you ask them where do they get their information and they facts from, then all of a sudden it's crickets. You know, if it didn't come from Dr. F, or if it didn't come from one of these so-called doctors, then all of a sudden everything else is just null and void. But if you say, well, look, I saw a video from Redacted or YouTube they automatically say, oh, well, that's propagating fear. What the fuck you think your government is doing? What the hell you think this shit is about? This fucking propagating fear, man.
Right. Hey, because before you had CNN, before you had Fox News, people got their news from the prophets, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fucking tabloid, man.
Weird, scary, concerning that there are drones flying over a country that we can't tell you where they're from or if they pose a threat or not. But if you don't know what they are, how can you not know that they pose a threat? That's my point in all this. So I'm just telling you, this concerns me. And we're going to get into this because I think you need to know what your lawmakers know. And trust me when I tell you, you will hear this conversation. No.
On the drones, I think we need more facts, so I'm more than willing to work with the ranking member on doing something on drones, but I don't want every sheriff out there shooting up in the sky and stuff. We got to figure out, we got to get the truth about, do we really have drones everywhere?
Motherfucker, you know what it is, man. You know what's going on. You find out you dispatching the drones, man. Nigga, you know what the fuck it is. This is why the scriptures say that his tongue worketh deceit like a sharp razor, devouring and walking up and down in the earth, man. These devils are lying.
Yep. And a lot of them things aren't drones. It's not, but they want people to label it that to think it's man-made or controllable. Some of it is just how about you shine the chariots, man.
Yeah. Like, you mean to tell me that you can figure out this and that, and you can go back 200 years and figure out exactly 4,000 years and find out exactly what Moses parted the Red Sea, but you can't look up in the fucking air and see what's flying the ship, nigga. Right. I'm not buying that shit, bro.
Right. Why they not sitting the fighter jets out there?
Man, talking about they going to Mars in 2030, but they can't tell you what's in New Jersey.
Only Mars your ass going is fucking slavery, bro.
Right.
Revelation, Romans 13:11, it says, and that knowing that the time that it is now high time to wake up out of sleep, it says, for now our salvation is nearer than what we believe, right, man? So you Israelites out there, you got to wake the hell up, man. Okay, forget them podcast gurus. Yeah, you want to watch the red pill video, or you see the women getting rebuked. Okay, that's cool on your spare time, cool, whatever. But we got bigger fish to fry, man. Okay, those red pill movement guys, they're in there a lot, and really they only exist because the elders and the apostles, man, to be quiet is kept. See, the men of the Lord never get their glory, and none of you guys wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the Israelites, man. Okay, men like us, the apostles on down, they birthed Kevin Samuels, man. They birthed the red pill movement because they the one that came out getting on this black she demon the way that they did.
Yeah.
It took you niggas fucking 10 plus 15, 20 years just to catch up. We've been on rebuking and tell you that the black woman wasn't right, man.
Yes. Yes.
And it says here, the night is far spent and the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on an armor of light and let us walk honestly. Keyword is honestly, man, not gimmicks. As in a day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put on the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the fucking it's Lakia, man, the lust thereof, man. I wanted to curse and say that because thinking about them podcast Israelites, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That really irritates my spirit, man. That niggas really don't take this truth serious.
Right.
Yeah. But it say put off the works of darkness. Put off believing whatever you see on the fucking TV, man.
Right. They look at it as just adding a notch to their belt. Like an Israelite is just another add-on. No, you're supposed to put off everything else, man, once you know that you're an Israelite.
Yeah.
They put it in their belt. Oh, yeah, I'm also a child of the Most High. And I'm also, an American. And I also make six figures. No, man. You're supposed to put all of that shit off, man.
Yeah.
You
I'm
have a
also
new inheritance, man.
Yeah. That's part of it, man. It's just, as we always say, everything is witchcraft, man.
Right.
And you need Yahweh Shemiah Shah to sober you up, man.
Mm-hmm.
God. Y'all brothers, go and bring out some more precepts because we got another video I want to play, and y'all got precepts. Go ahead and let them roll, and I'll roll into the next video.
This is Psalms chapter 52, verse 2. It says, thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. And this is how this demon speaking on the television that he just played, man. You know, because you know good and well what the hell is going on. You know that you have information that you just can't publish. Y'all are running theater, okay? This applies to the podcast guys too, but they have deceitful tongues as well. And it says, "Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness." See, y'all made a choice already. So when you try to come back and repent and ask the Most High for some mercy, you ain't trying to hear that, man. You made your decision. You know. It says, "Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. The Most High shall in likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living." That means he gonna destroy you, man. He gonna put y'all in the spirit world, you know, because there's only a certain amount of time before the Most High gets tired of you lying and being deceitful and talking shit before he stands up and shows his face.
That's right, man. Because the Lord knows that there's a lot of gullible people, not just of our people, not just of Israelites. There's a lot of gullible individuals. That's why the most important voice that's supposed to be on the planet Earth is supposed to be the voice of the prophets.
God.
Now that's not it. You know, they put a gag or they try to silence us, but you'll never silence us. But just for Esau, you spreading lies so much in your life, you gotta go, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Todd,
Yeah.
since you mentioned that point, brother, get Isaiah 62, bro, and start at verses 4.
I got a few more on this, Shalaki.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 6, it says, "The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him." So the Lord is gonna laugh at you through us, man. Okay. We're gonna get the last laugh on all of you niggas, man. You podcast niggas. Verse 7. "Lo, this is the man that made the Most High, that made not the Most High his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in wickedness," man. Okay. Being good at dealing with thoughts and whores, that's wicked, man. That ain't even supposed to be a thing, bro. You ain't supposed to need game. Things are supposed to be in order, man.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
72 laws on how to dissect a thought. Come on, bro.
you know. We read earlier what time it was in 2nd Ezra 16 about what time it is, and this is the spirit that you niggas are in. Even you so-called camp leaders, you're engaging with these people, man. So you're gonna be attached right along with them, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They was talking shit about Cesario. I forgot they said that nigga looked like that dude off Cooley High shit, bro. Had that motherfucker turtleneck with that fro on, like.
Oh
You gotta
yeah.
get your ass out of here, man. That fucking 1970 ass afro with a turtleneck.
Nigga like a Black Panther.
Yeah, bro.
Keep
Like,
doing-
what's up with you niggas wearing black, man? Like, do you not understand that if you go back into the time of Zechariah, you had what they call Camerums, which were basically worshippers of Baal. They were prophets that wore all black, and a lot of times they walked around with like ashes and dust and shit on their face to represent a state of mourning. But they was really a bunch of damn demons, low key, man. They wore black cloaks and shit. That's your UPK niggas. You know, like y'all brothers ever saw the black edition of the Wizard of Oz back in
Yeah.
the day?
Oh,
The
oh,
Wiz, remember? Yeah, them
the
flying
Wiz,
monkeys, them big
the
sword.
Wiz,
That's them
yeah.
niggas. Yeah, them flying. That's them niggas, bro.
Yeah, Evelina, what's her name?
Yeah,
Evelina.
Evilyn, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, she captured the spirit of the nigga woman. That was the real thing. Hey, that was a nigga woman.
Yeah, it was. Way back then, shit. You got a chance.
But yeah, bring that out.
Isaiah
You got it, bro.
62.
We'll play.
You wanted verse 6? I said, watchmen.
Yeah, con.
Isaiah 62 and 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
And that was specifically told to the watchmen, man. All right, which is the prophets. Our voice should be the only one that's going out for information, man. Okay, all you red pill guys, you ain't doing nothing but biting information that you regurgitated from the prophets, man.
Yep.
You know, like everybody wants to be a prophet now. You go on YouTube and TikTok. You even got niggas, all right, that know nothing about the Bible talking about, yeah, World War III, China and Russia, you know, that's this and this and that. That nigga, shut your ass up, nigga. You were just selling Lucy's just a month ago on the corner of Chicago Avenue and Keeler in Chicago, nigga. Talking about you a prophet now. Get your ass out of here. You know? Like you dudes are fraudulent as hell, and you all are getting ready to be confounded. Because at the end of the day, like we said, Esau Edom is going to be forced to confront this word. And he's going to be forced to confront the prophets, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me go ahead and play this a little bit. We'll get a couple more steps off the comment board, and we can, we'll shut it down. This guy here, this nigga.
Is that Elon?
We can make life multiplanetary.
This clown.
Understand the universe. Find out what's going on.
And he's a fucking
Maybe
actor, man.
Come visit us. Maybe they are here right now. I don't know. So, alien registration card.
The weirdo.
Yeah.
So, people do ask me, like, do I think aliens are among us? I'm like, I haven't seen any.
Starlink.
There's illegal aliens, but a lot of those, but not. I haven't seen any like sort of green aliens with antennas on their head or anything like that. And maybe they are. They're just very subtle, but I haven't seen them. So, but I think we want to be we want to be the aliens exploring other galaxies. When you say what are the aliens, where are the aliens? Like why don't we see them? A lot of people think we see aliens, but I've not seen any evidence of aliens. We've got 6,000 satellites in orbit, and not once have we had to maneuver around an alien spacecraft.
But on this Earth, the U.S. military has had to do a lot of maneuvering around objects they can't explain.
Well, unidentified flying objects is one thing, but there's always a bunch of classified programs that are underway of new aircraft and new missiles and things. So that are classified even within the military. So it's only if you have the top secret compartmented clearance, would you know about this new program? So then some pilot sees something moving fast and says, "Hey, I saw a UFO." I'm like,
"Well, AI man, wait. The thing about this shit is that
we can't tell you that."
When these top officials in the government speak of the chariots, they speak on it as if it's some new concept that just came up. They always refer back to the 1950s when they showed up at the White House. They think it's just something random. But we know that there's art pieces in history that show the chariots in the sky, man. Yeah. These things have been documented since the beginning of time. The Bible itself describes these things. So the evidence is there. So for you here in 2025 to act like you seeing things in the sky is some new concept means that you the fucking devil, man. That means that you know the truth and you choose to push a lie.
Yep.
They know what's up, bro.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, that little autistic monkey. That nigga, he's like the emperor. Remember from what's the movie Gladiator 2?
Yeah.
That little autistic nigga. That's Elon Musk, man. I don't believe this nigga's a brilliant, rocket scientist, man. This nigga is.
Nah, he's not, bro. He's not. He's a plant. I ain't heard nothing about this nigga prior to the last 7 years. I ain't heard nothing about this dude. I didn't even know this nigga existed. That whole Tesla shit he got, that's all coveted technology, bro. Like I speculate Nikola Tesla was a Jake. And Esau was good for patenting our shit.
Yeah, I said that years ago, bro. Like before I was even I said that's one of our people right there. Because he was fascinated with the Most High when he was coming up with those inventions. He would lock in into the spirit and then he would visualize it and then he'll make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the spirit was on him to do it, because ultimately he understood that there was a concept of a God versus a God like him. He's nothing but a plant, man. That's all Elon Musk is, bro. Like, who the hell is this dude?
Right.
This is the book of Psalms 58, and I'm gonna start at verses 1. It says, "Do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation, and do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men?" And hell no. Okay, because like the brother Todd just said, you want to act like these concept of the chariots are just something new. You got ancient history, and even in other people's religions, even going back into Taoism and Buddhism, they even have a concept of intergalactic beings coming in and out of the earth, man. Even the Hamites knew that. You know what I'm saying? Going back into Egypt, they even had it, the hieroglyphs, they showed it. They showed so-called UFOs drawn on the walls, man.
Mm-hmm.
So they've communicated these things. It's not an uncommon concept. All right, you just the devil, like the brother said. But it says, yea, in your heart you work wickedness, and ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. It says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And their poison is like the poison of a serpent, and they are like the deaf adder that stoppeth his ear, which would not hearken to voice of charmers, charming never so wisely, man.
Mm-hmm.
So this man is a damn liar, bro. He don't know. He don't have no answers. He just the devil. Okay. At the end of the day, Esau has no culture. He has no sauce. He has no suave tune. He has nothing but a bunch of stolen and bloody history, and him being the devil. Okay, that's all he is the devil, man. He's a complete fraud, brothers. He's not the Jew. He's not Irish. He's not the British. Hell, he's not even American, to be technically honest with you.
Yeah, Con. He's still a fugitive, man, from the days of Cain, man. Like that's why the scriptures speak about us being witnesses, because we about to testify against this nigga, man. Yep.
See?
Some
Just somebody
images right there.
Yep.
God.
And they all over too. It ain't just one nation. All nations have some kind of variation of an art that had chariots in the sky, man.
Mm-hmm.
Going all the way back.
Start.
Quick precept.
You got it up.
This is Psalms 68, verse 17. The chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Yahweh is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. So there they are, right there in the scriptures. It says there's thousands of chariots. So yeah, they here. You know, like the brother's showing artwork on a screen of different paintings. You can even go into carvings and different hieroglyphs and things, and what the Aztecs wrote down, the Mayans. You can see all these writings of depictions of these vehicles in the sky, people driving them and shit like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
So the truth has been out there. And a lot of these people are caught on now. They're fascinated by what's going on in this news, and more videos are uploading. People pulling out their phones, recording these things, and showing it.
Yeah, these people were so wicked though. They would never, like, you got a UFO community specifically dedicated to Kansas City. They said if this is not the most cherished sightings in this city alone, and just this state alone, it's like, shit. Hey, we see chariots by accident, bro. Like we can just walk down the street, a chariot. Oh, they go a chariot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they all ain't drones. Those are chariots. All right, drones don't have the ability to disappear when somebody lays eyes on it, man. All right. The scriptures tells us in Isaiah. Matter of fact, we ended on that. Somebody get the book of Isaiah, the 31st chapter, and start at the top. I'm gonna read a couple off the comment board real quick. This is the brother Nair. It says, "He that hated dissembleth." Matter of fact, let's go up. Okay, yep. It says, "He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him." Yeah, you know, when you disassemble something, you're dissecting something. You're trying to break it apart and debunk it. And that's what Esau was doing. He's trying to debunk the fact that there's a heavenly Father. But even his science proves that there's a heavenly Father, man. When he tries to break down the whole Big Bang theory and he goes into this whole DNA shit, which that whole DNA shit is all wicked as hell. Like, it's Esau came up with the concept of DNA and he don't even understand it. But even within studying DNA, they even came out and they said that there's particular markers on people's genes that only a higher power could construct and create, man.
Well, it's wicked because he only really cracked 5% of it, but he somehow got a science out of it. How do you get a science out of it when you declaring 95% of it is junk? You know, DNA is made by the Most High, but you don't have the code, man. You know,
No, it's basically DNA, bro. That's where they get the whole thing encryption from. DNA is a encrypted message. It's encryption, bro. You can't tell what it is. It constantly changes. Bro, everything from the way that a fingernail was designed to how it's damn near identical but slightly different from you. Bro, only a heavenly Father can do that, man. Only a creator can do that. Like, I can put my hands up and each one of you brothers can do this, and we all have different particular marks on our hand. We're just symmetrically, we're different. And we went into it last week at camp. Like, you got 1 billion plus faces out here, and you may have twins and people that look similar, but they're not exactly the same. Like,
right.
With a human mind is limits to shit. Like, I can't draw 8 million people and make them all. Eventually, I'm gonna run out of ideas. But you've created literally the infinite amount of creatures, man, and they all are different in their own meaner, man. Like, when you go into the book of Psalms, the 104th chapter, it goes into how the Most High have creeping things and great things innumerable in the ocean. That's the creation right there. That's not by a fucking coincidence, man.
Yeah, with the way Esau does DNA, when you look at it, he a dolphin DNA versus a human is only like 1% different. But look at how different. But look at how different they come out looking. You know, that should tell you right there he don't have the full code on how it works. Because how could it be only 1% variation off, and you get a completely different animal species thing out of it? You know.
Con.
I really got it.
Yeah, we matter of fact, yeah, we'll end it on that Isaiah 31, and then we'll shut it down.
Okay.
You said 31 or 34?
No, Isaiah 31, start at the top.
Con, this is Isaiah 31 from the top. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh."
Right, man. It says the Holy One of Israel. Like, yeah, Esau got his little technology, but who put it on his spirit to create these things, man? Okay, like when you look at like certain planes and jets and shit like that, Esau got that revelation because the Most High showed him the fowls of the heaven, man. Like a whole plane is modeled after a freaking bird, bro. Like certain types of birds, and like that's the Most High put it on his spirit to do that. He didn't just do it because he was just the great and white mighty hope and he just figured it out. No, the Lord put it on his spirit to know these things, man. So if something is controlling you, then how can you be greater than the person that's controlling you, man? You got it.
Verse 2, it says, "Yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity."
Ooh.
It says, "Now the Egyptians are men and not power, and their horses flesh and not spirit."
Yep, that's the point I wanted to make. Their horses are flesh and not spirit, meaning that the shit that they have can be destroyed. The things that they're chasing in the heavens, the chariots, that's of spiritual. That's of a different. That's of a multi-dimensional force, man. You can't fathom the concept of it, how they change shapes and disappear and sift up and down and be behind you, bro. You literally can have a ship right in our living room, bro. Just it could get as small as a speckle of sand, and an angel is just chilling.
Yeah.
I did a lesson. I had one pop up in the car. It was like a small orb, just and I didn't even notice it. It was just I was in the video.
Yeah.
Just popped up in the car, man. Me and the brother Amawar.
A chariot within a damn chariot.
And I was just showing a little image to back you up on this image. One of those is an actual falcon, and one of them is one of Esau's planes. They look basically identical. So he mimics the Most High's creation to make his shit, you know, it's to back you up on that.
God, it said, "Now the Egyptians are men and not power, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together."
It say his horses are spirit and not flesh, man. Nothing of this physical realm can destroy a spiritual vehicle, man. So when they say that these chariots are crashing, that's not the Lord's.
Right.
It might be somebody else's trying to rush or whatever, but the shit that they're shooting down is not of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, because these things are of spirit.
All right, one last precept and I end it. From fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Shalom, bro. It says, "Grant not, O Yahweh, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked devices, lest they exalt themselves." Shalas. The Lord gonna crash this motherfucking devil, bro. The Lord finna throw him out of the driver's seat. Like, all right, bro, you've had enough. It's time for you to be thrown out. He gonna throw him out head first with no parachute, man. Esau's gonna, like how Shai said, he said, "Behold, I saw Satan fall from heaven as lightning," man. You know.
That's right.
So anyway, with that, man, if you brothers got anything else? Good. All right. Well, with that, we're gonna close out. Give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of great millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Lord's will you will edify. To the next lesson. Shalom. Kwam Yahshua.